GameMasters here, and today we've got some pretty cool news. The news itself is about Dungeons & Dragons, but not just Dungeons & Dragons, also Magic the Gathering. Evidently, there is going to be a Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering crossover. What could this be? Well, let's take a look. Let me jump into the page. So it looks like two worlds may collide again, this time in the form of the card-flopping game Magic the Gathering. A few months back, we did a review of Dungeons & Dragons and Mythic Odysseys of Theros, which was a campaign setting set in the familiar landscape found within Magic the Gathering. This go-around, however, and I'll link that video, I think it goes over here. But this go-around, Dungeons & Dragons visits the world of Magic the Gathering. Characters and experiences of the world's greatest role-playing game will soon collide with the world's greatest card game on the Magic the Gathering Arena July 8th and in local game stores worldwide on July 23rd. June 29th, previews begin, but we actually have a few snippet cards to look at. We'll take a look at those in just a bit. On July 8th, the set will be available on Magic the Gathering Arena and Magic Online. July 16th through 18th, there's a webcam pre-release playthrough Spell Table Beta. July 16th through 22nd, is the pre-release week, including in-store play where available. And July 23rd is the worldwide release of the set. Want to see some of the cards? Here we are. We've got Plains, Island. These are all the basic lands: Swamp, Mountain, and Forest. Now, one thing I will note, that there are 4 of each basic land in the set of adventures. The set is called Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, and the flavor text that you see helps bring the storytelling and role-playing of Dungeons & Dragons to Magic the Gathering to the forefront. And a good crafty dungeon master could easily use that flavor text as inspiration for a future adventure for their players. So let's take a look at these a little closer. You've got Plains. Now, I don't recognize any of the actual artwork that's in these cards, and the forest down here, as being in any specific setting in Forgotten Realms, or in Dungeons & Dragons, or in any of the books that they have. If you do recognize them, however, let me know in the comments below. But we'll take a look through all of the flavor text in these for real quick. Plains. Venturing beneath the desert sands, you've discovered an alien power pulsing with inconceivable energy. Sounds pretty cool. Again, I'm not familiar with where that would be in Forgotten Realms. In your island, the flavor text is, alarmed by the news you brought, the storm giant king of the Maelstrom has called his kin to council. It sounds a little familiar. Still can't quite pinpoint exactly where it's at. The Swamp. You expected to meet hostile drow in this ancient ruin, but they fled long ago. What darkness could have driven them out? Now that sounds like the Underdark to me. Or part of it anyway. Mountains. As you make camp near the ancient ruin, you hear the sound of drums echoing in halls where no dwarf has lived in generations. That to me sounds a little bit more like something out of Lord of the Rings. And then the Forest. Before the Elf Queen will aid you, you must find a way to cure the strange rot afflicting the roots of the ancient trees. Isn't that always the case? The elves are always wanting you to save their trees. Anyway, there are some other cards that most players of Dungeons & Dragons should recognize. Of course, D&D contains thousands of items, abilities, spells, and monsters, and while they couldn't cram that much variety into Adventures of the Forgotten Realms, there are quite a few that, as I said, players will recognize. You have the Portable Hull. For 1 white mana, it's an artifact. When Portable Hull enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls with mana value 2 or less until the Portable Hull leaves the battlefield. And the flavor text is, they fall for it every time. That makes sense, I get it. Power word kill. 1 colorless, 1 black. It's an instant. Destroy target non-angel, non-demon, non-devil, non-dragon creature. So if you have a creature that's angel, demon, devil, dragon, you can't do it. But if it's a peon, you can kill it all day long. Flavor text is, Aramil issued a long heroic challenge, then the Lich felled him with a single word. Well, see, it's because Aramil was a peon. If he was a dragon, devil, demon, angel, Lich wouldn't be able to kill him. Then you have the Prosperous Innkeeper. Now, this one's pretty powerful. It's an uncommon. Actually, all three of these are uncommon, but for one colorless, one green, or one forest, this is a creature halfling citizen. You can cast Prosperous Innkeeper. When Prosperous Innkeeper enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. It's an artifact with tap. To sacrifice this artifact, add 1 mana of any color. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. And it's a 1/1 creature. It's pretty powerful. Of course, it very easily could be plinked if you're playing a red deck against it. But still, the ability to be able to gain a life just for playing a card, that's pretty good. Or a creature, that's pretty good. Now, one monster that a lot of players in Dungeons & Dragons are going to recognize is, of course, Tiamat, the Queen of Dragons. She even has a full card art variant. And it is, she, in order to cast, she is a legendary creature, dragon god, 2 colorless, 1 white, 1 blue, 1 black, 1 red, 1 green. She has flying. She's a 7/7. When Tiamat enters the battlefield, if you cast it, search your library for up to 5 dragon cards not named Tiamat that each have different names. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. It's pretty nasty. I mean, I could go get Shivan Dragon. I could go get, any dragon, as long as it's not another Tiamat. So imagine if you had some of the Legends dragons. Yeah, you could pull all of them. Of course, you still have to have all the mana to be able to cast them, but that's still pretty cool to be able to fetch 5 dragons. And then, of course, you've got the full artwork that goes edge to edge, which is pretty cool. Same abilities. Key difference is the flavor text on the regular art card is my children will rule over all. But there is no flavor text on the full color art, which is really kind of weird because you'd think that they could just simply use the same font size and put the flavor text in there. I didn't design it. This one is the Baleful Beholder card. Currently, its text is a mystery, but my understanding is that Wizards will be releasing what this card can do in the very, very near future. Now, these are what the product boxes are going to look like when the game releases. You have the draft boosters. Not 100% sure exactly how many packs come in a box, but they are 15 cards each. You have a set booster. This is going to guarantee you a foil and an art card, so I would imagine you're going to receive a full art card like this, plus a foil card, plus, what is it? Is it 12 on this one, or is it also 15? I'm not sure. You'd have to look that up. Then you also have, and this is something I've not seen before, collector boosters. I'm not familiar with what this could be. This is a mystery to me, but I wonder if it's also alternate card art. If I can find some, I'll let you guys know. Then you also have the bundle. This comes with 10 draft boosters, so this particular set, or bundle rather, will come with 10 of these. So 15 card draft boosters, that's 150 cards. Ooh, I did some quick math. Let's see, where are we here? Pre-release pack. I'm not 100% sure exactly what all is in this, but that might be a promotional thing. Pre-release pack. I wonder if it is. I haven't received much information about what is in each of these. So there's also a theme booster for each color, plus a 6th that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. couldn't explore the multiplayer fun of Dungeons & Dragons without a special nod to multiplayer Magic, with 4 new Commander decks, alongside the release of Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, created to line up alongside Strixhaven's Commander decks. These are powerful decks for current Commander players ready to form a party for an unforgettable journey. Aura of Courage, Dungeons of Death, Draconic Rage, and Planar Portal. And I have one more card to show you. This is through their Buy a Box promotional card. So if you buy a box, you get a promotional card for Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. And this is a pretty wicked one. It's an artifact equipment. There are 3 versions of it. You have the regular card art, full card art, and an alternate full card art. It's an artifact equipment. Each one is 1 black to cast. It's the same card. It's just different artwork. Note that there is no flavor text, but the artifact itself is equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has Death Touch. For 5 colorless, 3 black mana, until the end of turn, Vorpal Sword gains, whenever equipped, creature deals combat damage to a player. That player loses the game. Did you catch that? Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. That's nasty. I mean, nasty. No save throw, nothing. Dead. You win. If you attacked the other player, you win, they lose. That's nasty. So that's incentive enough to want to buy 4 boxes. I gotta have 4 of them to play set, right? That's much more. Let's see. Wizards also states that there is much more in store for the cards of Adventures in the Forgotten Realms, but you'll have to wait until they kick off all the reveals beginning June 29th to see even more. So let's see. Today is June 12th. I'm sorry, it is May 12th. So we have a while before we see the entire release set of this. But I can promise you, I'm going to keep my eyes out for it. And if you'd like to know more about it, feel free to, well, subscribe. I'll have information running on my YouTube channel as well as on my website, GameMasters.com. And you can also pop over to Twitter. I'm there on Twitter at twitter.com/GameMasters. And I will have pretty much any new news that comes out about this set. I'll have it posted here, and I'll have a video made about it. So until next time, let me know what card you would expect to see in Dungeons & Dragons and Magic the Gathering crossover. Let me know in the comments below. What's the possibility that you think we're going to see a Tarrasque in it? I think that's pretty likely. Or a gelatinous cube. Oh, that would be cool too. But let me know what cards you're expecting to see in the comments below. And until next time, make sure you play with sleeves on your cards and keep your life at 20.